Winter storms. There's no other feeling in the world more serene, chaotic, and peaceful than that snowbound solitude. This is one of those days. The cold wind pushed directly towards the doors as I gaze outside into the flurry, that mountain frost gale blowing down the late fall freeze towards these doors. Who in their right mind decided we should have them facing towards the wind and mountains? In the summer, the cool breeze is actually delightful, a rest from the scalding heat outside, and feels really nice at night. Days like these, however, bring a bitter cold along with it. Despite both grocery store doors closed and the heat in the lobby turned up, the gusts of wind still sneak in like a thief in the night. Or day. The wind navigates perfectly to momentarily create freezing temperatures which direct themselves straight to me, the humble self-check attendant, who conveniently, or ironically, has to stand on the opposite side of these two-door protectors who frequently do not protect. This feeling continues outside of work as well. Those cold winter mornings where you wake up all cozy in bed just to realize you have to prepare yourself mentally, as well as physically, to bundle up against the elements and trudge through a layer of fresh snow to get to your covered car, stranded in a new environment. Days like these, you don't even want to leave the comfort of your bed or home, to admire the cold and frost and the snow from a distance, but to avoid partaking in it unless absolutely necessary. It's funny, that perspective change from children to adults. As a kid, you can't stand being inside this time of season. There's too much fun to be had outside in that winter wonderland. As the great Bill Watterson put it in Calvin and Hobbes, it's like having a big white sheet of paper to draw on, a vast new infinite world to explore, where all the familiar has now become new. That feeling as a kid is hard to replicate, yet the memories when looking back on events is always sweet. Sledding in snowball fights, building snowmen or igloos with friends, or even the small things like trying to find the biggest icicle in the backyard, or staring up into the sky, seeing the snowflakes individually drifting towards your eyes. At night, when the darkness doesn't seem so dark anymore because of the heaps of snow lighting the view around you. Seeing the snow softly falling around you, the lights on the houses are cheerfully shining bright amidst the flurry of cold. And yet as adults, we seem to forget, or maybe neglect these memories in the latter for quote-unquote more important things. It's a sad reality, feeling like you have to grow up to enjoy adult things. We hear constantly things like act your age, while I have almost never heard the opposite of it's okay to be a kid at heart. So maybe these cold winter days aren't as bad as people think, but rather people's perspectives have changed as they've decided to grow up, as they've stopped doing the things that they loved to do as a kid.